Morning, students. Today we are going to learn the topic or the first chapter of class 12 accounts, the partnership fundamentals. In the partnership fundamentals, we have the profit and loss appropriation account as well as the capital account of the partners. Now, profit and loss appropriation account is an extension of the profit and loss account. That means, as you had done before, the final accounts where you created the trading account, the profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. But the net profit that we used to get from the PL account is actually not the net profit of the company, because there are several other expenses as well as revenues also of a partnership firm, which are generally taken care in the profit and loss appropriation account. In the profit and appropriation account, generally the expenses as well as the revenues of the partners are taken care of. The partners invest the capital sum of money into their business, definitely to earn gain, which you will agree, because there is no businessman who will invest the money without any monetary benefit. So naturally, when the partners invest the money as a capital in their own partnership firm, they will obviously have the interest to gain some money, and that interest that is gained from the partnership firm is called the interest on capital. Just on the opposite side or on the reverse side, the partners in different reasons, they may withdraw the money from their own firm. The withdrawal of their money, it is not necessary that everyone has to withdraw. Definitely those who require may withdraw. So the withdrawal of the money of the partners is actually called the drawings. Now you think you are a partner in a partnership firm. Now if your firm invests the money into some other area outside your partnership firm, definitely your objective will be to earn money. Same thing here, the partnership firm is giving the money to any of the partners. That means the partnership firm is investing the money, which we are reading here as partners are withdrawing the money. In that case also, the partners will be in the motive to earn something. I mean, the partnership firm must earn something. This earning will be divided as a profit in the later period. So the drawings that the partners are withdrawing from the partnership firm is called drawings, and the interest gained by the partnership firm is actually the revenue of the partnership firm. So the revenue, as you did before in the PL account, the revenues come on the credit side, expenses come on the debit side. So if you see the partnership, if you see the PL appropriation account, you see that at the very beginning on the credit side comes the net profit, which is generally transferred from the profit and loss account. As I said before, that profit after the profit and loss account, PL appropriation account is created. So the net profit from the PL account is transferred to the PL appropriation account, which you can very clearly see in the format given. Below the PL account or the net profit, the interest on drawings that I was just talking about is taken here on the credit side, because it is a revenue of the PL appropriation account. On the debit side, if the partnership firm makes any loss and the net loss is calculated in the PL account, this loss is transferred to the PL appropriation account on the debit side. Definitely just the reverse. In case of the profit, it will be on the credit side. In case of the loss, it will be on the debit side. Now, on the debit side, the rest that comes are the interest and capitals. As I said just now, that the capitals are invested by the partners and the interests are the expenses of the PL appropriation, the partnership firm. So the expenses are taken on the debit side. So interest and capitals are on the debit side. The partners' salaries, there may be partners who gain some salaries, so it will be on the debit side because it's an expense. Similarly, partners' commission is also there. Now, in some cases, there will be general reserves. There will be general reserves which is taken into the PL appropriation on the debit side. Now, general reserve is actually the sum of money which is required at the times of crisis period, but that money has to be kept away as a fund for every bad situation for the firm to fight back. So this reserve generally in the question is given a condition that okay, take it 10,000 or take the amount of as 10% of the net profit. So in this manner there will be some instruction where you are to calculate the reserve and to take on the debit side. So apart from these entries, there are no such special any other entry in the PL appropriation account. So after this PL appropriation account is over, the entries are over, you are to calculate whether there is a profit or a loss. If the credit side, which is the revenue side, is more, definitely the profit will come out on the debit side, and as well as the expense side, the debit side, if it is more, the loss will come out on the credit side. Now, after the profit or the loss is calculated, whichever is the case, the profit or the loss, definitely there will be not the profit and with the loss together. So if there is a profit or if there is a loss, it will be shared among the partners, existing partners, in the ratio mentioned in the partnership deed. The partnership deed must be informing in which ratio the partners are to decide the profits or the losses. Now, in any case where the partnership deed does not exist, or the partnership deed is there about the mentioning about the interest on capitals, interest on drawings, but doesn't speak anything about the sharing of the profits or loss, in that case the profit or the loss, whichever comes out, it will be divided equally among all the existing partners. So that's the end of the PL appropriation account. So from the profit or the loss that is calculated from the PL appropriation account, it is generally transferred to the capital account. Now, students, about the provisions applicable in the absence of partnership agreement. That means you know that there is a partnership deed which needs to be prepared before the partnership business starts, and in that partnership deed the interest on capitals, interest on drawings, profit or loss sharing ratio, salaries, commissions, everything is mentioned. In case the partnership deed is not present in that partnership firm, so in that case interest is not allowed on the partners' capitals, or it is not charged on the drawings. Partner is not also entitled for a salary or remuneration for the work done for the firm. Interest at the percentage 6% per annum is allowed on the loans advanced by any partner. So that means even in case the partnership deed is not present or doesn't mention anything about the interest on capital or the drawings or salaries, commissions, interest on loan is generally given to the partner at a flat 6% per annum, even though it is not mentioning about in the partnership deed. And lastly and mostly the important one is the profit or loss, whichever is calculated, is distributed equally among the partners in case the partnership deed is silent. So this is all about the profit and loss appropriation account, and students, be very careful about the uh, different informations where the partnership deed is silent. If the partnership deed is silent and you take the interest on capital or the profit sharing ratio, you do a miscalculation, the total sum will be wrong. So you have to be very careful about whether the partnership deed mentions about the salaries, commissions, profit sharing ratios, etc. Now, after the profit or the loss, whichever is calculated in the profit PL appropriation account, it is generally transferred to the capital account. Now, what is a capital account? Partners' capital accounts may be maintained according to fixed capital method or fluctuating capital method. Now, fixed capital method is generally calculated in two ways. That means two ledgers are prepared, whereas in the fluctuating capital method, single or only one ledger is prepared. Now, what is this capital account or fixed capital account method or the fluctuating capital account method? Let's come into the details. In the fixed capital method, the capital of the partners remains unchanged, that means fixed, except under special circumstances. In case of the fixed capital, two accounts are maintained for each partner, that is fixed capital account and current account. That means, as I said just now, fixed capital method, account method, we generally prepare two ledgers. One is called the fixed capital account and the second is current account. All the adjustments regarding drawings, interest on drawings, salary, interest on capital, commission and share of profit or loss are recorded in the current account. The fixed capital account cannot have a negative balance. Students, can you tell me why the fixed capital account, that is the first ledger that you are preparing under this method, the fixed capital account, why it cannot have a negative balance? Can you say? The answer is the business has been started definitely with the capital, whichever the amount may be. So if it is done or started with a amount of capital, so definitely it cannot have a negative balance. The concept is very simple. So it says that the fixed capital account doesn't have a negative balance. So in the fixed capital account method, we are preparing two ledgers. One is fixed capital method and the fixed capital account, and the second is the current account. Now let's come to the fluctuating capital method. Generally, every question or most of the sums we are asked to do the fluctuating capital account method. Now in this one, the capital accounts are called fluctuating when the balances of capital accounts change with each transaction. I repeat, these fluctuating capital account method is called fluctuating since the balances of capital accounts change with each transaction. All adjustments relating to interest on capital, drawings, salary and profit are recorded in the capital accounts. Under this method, only one account is opened for each partner, and that is the capital account. We do not write on the as a ledger name the fluctuating capital, we write capital account. So these two are the main capital account methods. Now to give you the concept more clearly, you can notice that after preparing the PL appropriation account, most of the entries in the debit side of the PL appropriation are taken on the credit of the capital accounts, the current account or the capital account, whereas the entries like interest on drawings which you take on the PL appropriation on the credit side, that is generally taken in the capital account or the current account on the debit side. It is just a crisscross. If you notice very clearly with any of the sum, you will find that the informations on the debit comes on the credit side of the capital account, and the information on the credit of the PL appropriation comes on the debit of the capital account. Thing is very simple. Now you need to know about the guarantee of minimum profit as well. So to brief you, we have completed the PL appropriation account. We have completed the capital account. The concepts being given. Definitely have to practice a lot of sums to master in this two accounts. The next is the guarantee of minimum profit to a partner. Let me give you a small concept of this. A partner may be guaranteed a minimum amount of his share in profits. Guarantee may be provided by one or some or all of the partners in an existing profit sharing ratio or in some other agreed ratio. If in any year the actual share of profit is less than the guaranteed amount, the deficiency is borne by the guaranteeing partners in their agreed ratio. To make it simple, it says there may be a partner who is kept in the partnership firm and whose remuneration or the salary or the profit sharing amount may be a fixed one. Suppose it says about 50,000. A partner called C, suppose, remains in the partnership firm for amount of rupees 50,000 every of the profit whenever it is shared. Any year, if it is seen that after the profits being distributed, partner C is getting about 48,000, that means less than 50,000. Mind you, he is assured of 50,000. Partner C is assured of 50,000, but he is getting in any case 48,000. So, as per the terms before, the partner C has to be given 50,000, and this deficiency 2,000 is to be borne by the remaining partners. It may be one partner, it may be two partners, it may be three partners, as the question says. So the 2,000 will be divided among the other partners, and the 2,000 will be given to the partner C, and a total of 50,000 is given to partner C. So this is about the guarantee of profits. A partner may join a partnership firm with a minimum of profit which the other partners or a single partner or the firm may guarantee.